Like, I don't even know what's happening. Apparently, I'm running out of steam. I need to get some more sleep or something, because, like, at my peak, I could do 7 videos in a row or something. Now, this is the second video, and I'm, like, already out of steam. But whatever. I'm sure as soon as I see this awesome dude play, I've only seen one other song of his, I think, which is the Aha Take On Me, which, colossally good. Colossally good. Really unique style, but colossally good. Now, of course, Every Breath You Take by The Police, Andy Summers on guitar, has this awesome stretch of 7/9 chords. Which, if you like music from that period at all, like, everyone's got to learn it. Right? I might get flagged for even playing that much, so let me take a pause. But it's like, not only does it sound cool, but it's this really crazy stretch. Some people hold them all down at once. I don't. My hands are a little small. I mean, obviously I can. The question is not can you do it. The question is, can you do it over and over in a row? And I don't want to do that 100 times. So I don't use my second finger. I use my first, third, and fourth, and move my index finger. Anyways, but that's just the rhythm. So, I mean, I know he's gonna do something like stupid, awesome, where he's like turning pegs and playing the melody, but I mean, that's why we're here, right? Let's go. Okay, well, the first thing I can tell is he's using his capo to not have to do the giant stretches. So he's opened up, by getting rid of the stupid stretches, he's opened up the ability for his fretting hand to play more melodic notes. Oops. Those all open strings? She's using open strings for the melody. I know you might be like, his bending notes are like not sounding amazing. That's because what he's doing is phenomenally hard. It's really tremendously difficult to do it. And I'm assuming he arranged it, but if not, still, like, I mean, look at his hand. His hand is working overtime. So give the dude a little bit of slack. If you're like, that one note doesn't sound perfect, it's stupid hard to do it. Stupid hard. I just noticed he's got 2 outputs on his guitar. Neither of them are plugged in because obviously he's playing to the track outside. He's shooting a music video. But that's interesting that he has 2 outputs. Like, I wonder if he has stereo out or if it's like bass and treble. think it's awesome. Oh, you see how he's got that one little mic poking up? I'm guessing then one output is that mic and one output is that pickup. I like it a lot. Because it's let's judge him like a judge. As if he was playing in front of me for his final exams. So first of all, his execution. I love his execution, consistency of tempo, consistency of his tone of his guitar. Regardless of whether or not you enjoy his tone, it was consistent. His playing was consistent. It also showed creativity in how he chose to arrange the song and go about doing it. And preparation. Obviously, he had to prepare hard to play the song. Creativity to create the arrangement. And then, of course, he has to execute that plan, which he did. So it's a weird thing, I think. I think the outside world, outside of music school, doesn't really get this. Is that, like, let's compare it to movies. If you're watching a horror movie, you don't compare it to Captain America or Infinity War or Spider-Man or something. You compare it to other horror movies. If you're comparing a documentary, you compare it to other documentaries. So you don't compare this song to every guitar song you've ever heard. You try to go like, what style is this closest to? So this is a style where he's tapping on the guitar, he's using a capo, he's using some string mutes, right? He's also arranging a pop song. This is not for guitar, so this has come from actually like a band. So he's doing multi-instruments, condensing them down to one guitar from the modern era. It's not classical or romantic or Baroque or Renaissance. You go, okay, given that it's modern era music condensed from one band to one guitar using things like string tapping, how does it compare to other songs of that era? Is this A, B, C, D failing? And it's an A. Now that doesn't mean you have to like the song. Right? There can be fantastic horror movies that you don't want to watch, but they're good movies. So regardless of whether or not that's your style, I think he did a fantastically good job doing what he did. I think the opposite of that is when you watch someone play and you say, you got some good ideas, but I think you need to spend, a year honing those ideas. That means you've got some good creativity, but your execution is really poor. His execution is on fire. It matches what he aimed to do. As your imaginary guitar coach, judge, panelist over here, which, by the way, I went through that many times. I went through that at least 30 times. At least 30 times I went up in front of a panel and played and had them judge me. Let's compare this differently. 30 times I went up in front of a panel. How many times was I part of a panel? I'm gonna say around 200. Just as a panelist. As a panelist, 200 times. In front of a panel, 30 times. And then, of course, as a guitar teacher, a couple thousand times. So it's like you kind of get used to this idea of how it all... That's not bragging. That's to give you context of where my ideas are coming from. Because those are actually small numbers. believe it or not, those are actually really tiny numbers. Like if you went and picked a bunch of phenomenal guitar players in this country, I think you would find that their numbers would be much, much higher than mine. But just be an honesty. Oh, the cat's mad, so apparently I have to go. Hopefully this mic pack is still on. It is. Farewell.